We had a clash of the Titans between West Brook and number 6 Port Arthur Memorial. So let's take you to our game of the week. All right, Titans came in outscoring their opponents 50-14. Oh, that's the average score of 50-14 on the season. Could they stay undefeated, or would the Bruins have other plans to move up the standings? So look, do you want to talk about making a statement with a sledgehammer? DeAndre Carter taking the opening kickoff, finds a sideline, turn on the afterburners, 97 yards, Holton for the touchdown. Westbrook takes a 7-0 lead.
Westbrook,
yeah, Memorial goes to work on offense. So Monty Martin calls his own number, picks up a nice game. And
that's a dual threat,
all he would get. So Tam Anderson on offense, looking for that curl route. He is picked off by Jamarcus Hudson, picking up some nice gain inside
Defense
the 10.
For Titans are good.
You talked about Martin. What does he do? That's all he does. Makes reservations for 6 every single week.
He sure does,
We're tied at 7. Here come the Bruins. Anderson swings it over to Brandon Jackson. Hee-hee. Look at him up the sideline. That's a gain of 40 yards. But look, Westbrook actually led 16-7 at the break. They woke up a sleeping giant in the second half. Port Arthur Memorial, they would get it together. They would roll 41-18. So now they improved to 8-0 overall, 4-0 in district play. Look at that final.
Wow.
Let's go out to Cameron Burchett, who joins us live tonight from Memorial Stadium. And Cam, I mean, look, this was a game we just talked about. Westbrook had a 2-score lead, and then you saw the talent take over for Memorial, and that's pretty much all she wrote.
It was insane, you guys, because again, that score 41-18 was again that final. And so I have no idea what happened during halftime. Coach Brian Morgan with the Port Arthur Memorial Titans said that these guys were just excited and thrilled, and they had to actually calm them down during halftime, and they came back like that. I don't know how it works. I never played football. Maybe you guys can explain it to me later. I don't know. But let's go into and talking about this game a little bit. So paint a picture here again. It's halftime. The score is 16-7 and you're undefeated. That was the fate of the Memorial Titans. But again, these guys had quite the comeback with a fire, scored more than 34 points in the second half. The Bruins managed to end their streak of not allowing an opponent to score more than 14 points a game. But on the Titans' end, the Bruins managed to slip past them as well. In previous games, their opponents haven't been able to score more than 16 points. In this case, the Bruins scored 18 points. Now, talking about the second half, number 6 Amante Martin with Port Arthur Memorial made a late touchdown with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and again another back-to-back touchdown there with less than 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter as well. But again, guys, back and forth on the field here. I mean, just both of these teams' offenses and defense respectively, it seemed like everybody just kept hitting a brick wall tonight in the best way possible. You could tell that these guys really wanted this win, and that Port Arthur Memorial definitely wanted to stay undefeated and to keep that streak. And so keeping the streak going, Coach Brian Morgan says next week they're going to hit the road to take on the Lufkin Panthers. It'll be an away game. But again, he says that ahead of that game, he says they're another tough opponent. He says coming into playing Westbrook Bruins, he's really, really good buddies with Coach Chuck Langston over there with the Bruins. He said, we're excited and we've been talking all week basically. There's a rivalry between some of the kids, so it's been going on all week long. So it's been just a big build-up between these two teams. But Coach Brian Morgan told me after the game that he is just excited to talk to Coach Langston, of all people to talk to, just to talk to his buddy after a game like this. So if this is such a game where you can put a spread aside like that for the sake of a bromance, if you will, such a good friendship, then that's all in good fun, and that's what it's all about. But again, here the Port Arthur Memorial Titans beat the Westbrook Bruins 41-18, and you guys, it was quite the game, and I can see why it was our 409 Sports Game of the Week. But for now, I'll go ahead and send you guys back to the studio of 409 Sports. I'm Cameron Burchett.
Big time. Appreciate you, Cam. That was a great game. Glad you got to be out there to witness that. This a huge response by Port Arthur. They talked about them being down at halftime. But that is the culture of what Brian Morgan has done at Port Arthur, is instill that team to be able to respond in games like this and in situations. And credit Chuck Langston and his squad for being up at 16 at Port Arthur.
And Westbrook played a good game. Now the Titans have a 2-game lead over Barbers Hill. They play Lufkin next week, who knocked off Baytown Sterling 31-21 tonight. Cam mentioned, what did they say at halftime? Well, coaches, they fire you up. They have some choice words and like, hey, look, we're better than this.
Yeah.
They know they're better than this, and let's go out and prove it. And that's what they did. They took over that second half, didn't look back, and played outstanding defense.
Yeah, and Brian Morgan, I can only imagine the things that he said in that locker room.